5 easy steps to online networking in 2023. So you're trying to pitch people online and you're probably doing it wrong. So let us help. I'm going to give you 5 very clear steps to get to labels and A&Rs and talent buyers. The 5th one is by far the most important one, so stick around until the end. If you don't know, my name's Justin and I run a program called Cosmic Academy. We're an artist development school. We've been around for over 10 years. We have over 650 amazing students that follow these steps, the same stuff I'm going to talk about today, and they get incredible results. They sign to the biggest labels like Spinnin', Toolroom, Armada. They play the biggest shows. They play in Ibiza, they play EDC, they play Ultra, and they use this stuff. So let's dive right in to the steps to successful networking in 2023 online. First, I need you to hit that subscribe button, smash that bell, turn on notifications for these videos because we have a lot coming out on marketing, branding, production, and I don't want you to miss it. So let's get into these steps. So step number 1, networking is not about you asking, it's about you giving. When you're just pitching someone online, you're asking them for help. Realize that. And that's really backwards to how relationships are supposed to work. Relationships are supposed to be an exchange of value, you giving value. So you need to do the opposite. When you start the relationship, you have to start by giving value to them. So how can we give value online? Well, the easiest way to give value is through engagement. Turn on notifications for that label, turn on notifications for that talent buyer, for whoever you're pitching. And anytime you see them post, shed love. That's what we call it in Cosmic Academy. Shed love on them. Give them likes and comments and share their posts. And, they just put out a record, start supporting that record. Add it to your Spotify. They have merch, buy their merch. Show them that you've done it. You need to start supporting the people that you're going to eventually pitch. Think about it like a real company, like a Nike, or you're going to work for Apple. If you're going to work for one of these big companies and you don't buy their products, why would you want to work for them, right? Like imagine going in for an interview with Nike and they say, what's your favorite shoe from Nike? And you're like, oh, I would never buy these shoes. So you have to start by supporting the product from these people. And if they see that, that's immediately you giving them value. Step number 2. This is a long game. Don't rush it. Just because you liked one post from a label doesn't mean it's okay to start pitching them. What you really want to do is slowly, and naturally and organically build a relationship over time. And when I say over time, I mean months. Yes, months. And if you're doing this long enough, you might even get that label or that A&R or that talent buyer to hit you up first. This happens to my students. We know all the different labels out there and they'll come to me. This happened with Rebecca. She goes by Bexy. She's done phenomenal. She just played EDC. She took our program 2-3 years ago. And Juna, one of the biggest labels in dance music, and Juna came to us and they're like, we see what this girl Bexy's doing and we think she's great. Like they came to us and they came to her. So even if you start doing this the right way, you might not even have to pitch because you're giving out so much value. Step number 3, make personal relationships. Let's say you're targeting 5 different labels. Don't just sit there all day copying and pasting the same stuff to all of them. It's very obvious when you send us a message that's just copy and pasted. I know it immediately, our team knows it immediately, and that makes us not want to work with you. The real way to do this is starting to get personal with these people and not just the top people. I come from the world of throwing concerts. And a lot of times I would want to get to a venue just like you want to get to a talent buyer, you want to get to a label. And I wouldn't just go to the GM of the club or the head of the venue. I would go to the assistant or the intern or someone at a much lower level. They're the real gatekeeper because they're the person that's around that GM all day that can say something nice about you, that can put you in to that space. So when you're making personal connections, you don't want to just do it with this top person. Don't just fanboy the big timer. Start making personal connections, personal relationships with the people at the bottom as well. And to get even more specific, let's say you see this person that works at this venue or works at this label. They like a certain type of tequila. Start talking to them about that tequila. That's what I mean about personal relationships. You don't want to just send random likes and send random comments. You really want to dig in and say, What's this person really about, and how can I connect with them? Real networking is about having shared interests and then feeling something, a connection between those shared interests. That's what personal relationships really mean. Step number 4, think about friendship first, business after. There's countless studies on sales and networking, and what they show is that people don't want to buy when they're being sold. They don't want to buy when they're being pitched. However, if two people feel like they're friends, now let's do business together. And that's precisely why when you're just pitching your record randomly, you're just randomly sending a DM, it doesn't work. People don't want to be pitched. People don't want to be sold. So think about this a lot like friendship. If this person was your friend or you're trying to become friends with them, what would you do? Oh, you'd wish them happy holidays. Yes, you should do that. Literally, the holidays are coming up. Wish them Merry Christmas, wish them a Happy New Year. It was just Thanksgiving. I used to do a thing where I would write people what I'm thankful for and tell them how thankful I am to have met them in my relationship and be part of my world now. If you see on social media, they just had a kid, congratulate them. Yeah, think about real things you would do as a friend. I used to do a thing where if I did find out that you liked a certain type of alcohol, you liked that tequila, I would have that sent to you at your office around Christmas time. And it's those things, those friendship things, that end up making a real relationship. And then once you have that friendship, then you can start doing the business. Step number 5, maybe the most important one here, have your brand and music look professional. They're going to check you out. This is so important. Let's say that you're doing all this stuff. And then finally, you send them that DM. They're going to go check you out. And if they see an Instagram or your page where it's all cluttered, you don't really have an image, you're not posting consistently, there's no engagement, your music isn't polished, now you've just wasted your time. I have this saying I tell my students, before they listen, they will look. They're going to check you out. And your online presence, your social media, is a representation of you as an artist. A lot of times, even before you pitch them, they might start checking you out. So it is crucial, it is so important that you start taking the branding, the online presence, social media very, very seriously. And really take a look at your content. Does my stuff look professional? Am I posting consistently? Am I working on getting an engaged audience? That stuff is so, so important because they want to work with professionals. So if you don't seem professional online, why are they going to sign the record? Obviously, in our premium program and Cosmic Academy, we go into this much, much deeper. We spend hours, weeks, months on this kind of stuff. And if you do want to apply for that program, there's a link below, so check that out. But I do hope that some of this stuff has been helpful. And if it did help you a little bit, hit that like button for me. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. And we want to get these out to as many people as possible. Also, if you want to check out another amazing video on this topic, I'm going to post that up right here. Go watch that, dig in even deeper. We'll see you next time.